Here at Laker Inc., we had the privilege to analyze an amazing local West Michigan company, Stafford Media Solutions, and the Daily News, to discuss our corporate culture and vision and how they plan on changing it in the upcoming years. First, let's take a moment to dive into the history of this company and what led them to be a prominent printing facility in Michigan today. From 1854 until 1954, the daily newspaper of Greenville, Michigan went from being called the Montcalm Reflector to its merging with the Daily Call to be called the Greenville Daily News, which is the name of the newspaper today. In 1951, Dale Stafford, a managing editor of the Detroit Free Press, moved his family to the small town of Greenville and bought out the Daily News to help it become the nation's third daily paper and the first in the Midwest. Dale Stafford set himself apart in the industry by converting to an offset and cold type printing, which was ahead of the prominent newspapers of that time.
In 1961, Dale's son, John, joined the industry and worked together to create a separate company from the Daily News called Printco. When Dale passed, John moved Printco to a new site in Greenville to start the journey in the town he grew up in. Around 1990, John sold Printco and began to focus more on the Daily News. He was joined by his son, Rob, and they worked together to build an even larger printing facility in Greenville.
After John Stafford's passing, Rob took over as president and built upon both the Daily News and their new printing facility known as Stafford Media Solution. He was joined by his sister Julie Stafford, and she is now currently running the publishing side of the business. They publish the Daily News 6 days a week, as well as the Carson City Gazette and the Daily News Extra once a week. In addition, they do printing for magazines, newspaper inserts, Latino newspapers, business cards, and many other things that set them apart in the industry. They are working toward making a name for their company and hope to show their consumers the value that the printing world has to offer. Let's take a look at Stafford Media's org chart to get a better look at the way their company operates.
Stafford's org chart is set up as a flat structure. According to our textbook, this means that they run with few levels with wide spans of control. The company is currently co-owned by Rob Stafford, who primarily runs the printing side of the business, and Julie Stafford, who is in charge of the publication and the Daily News. Below these two is the Vice President of Printing Sales, who works hand in hand with Rob in the printing facility. In addition, there is the Human Resources Director, Corporate Controller, Production Facilities Manager, and Information Systems Manager. The managers below them work to supervise throughout the various functional segments of the company. Having a flatter structure allows for more collaboration within the different functions of the company and increases the amount of responsibility the workers have.
In the business world today, printing is known as a dying business. The market is being taken over by online platforms rather than having a hard copy. However, Stafford is doing the best that they can to change this. Their mission is quite simple: to create values in the work that they do and show their customers and why they exist through great customer service and satisfaction. As a company, Stafford is looking to change their company's vision and culture to appeal to the market today. Before diving into their game plan, let's go to Logan for more news on the market and how Stafford Printing resolves competitive barriers in the industry.
Due to advancement in technology, Stafford has seen less competition in the printing market. However, since their focus is on keeping old values alive, they don't plan on shifting their market to move online just yet. This puts them at a disadvantage with newer online platforms to share their news.
They have multiple competitors within both sides of the business. On the printing side, their top competitors are the Michigan Web Press and Flashes. These companies work neck and neck with Stafford in the industry, and it is a race for all to find what attributes will set them apart in the industry. On the publication side, Flashes, in addition to Pioneer Group, compete with Stafford and the Daily News to be one of the top local papers in Michigan.
In addition to the local companies in West Michigan, the top competitors are all billboards, TVs, radio campaigns, and advertisements. To compete, the Daily News is looking to provide unique ways for local companies to advertise their business. This idea links with Stafford Media, the source of their unique way of printing. As the graph from the U.S. Census Bureau shows, Stafford needs to work hard to bring value to their industry as estimated revenues for publishers slowly declines.
This overview given by Pew Research Center shows that the younger generation is more technology-driven and has lesser need for printing. In addition, out of all the different sources of media, print newspapers are ranked lowest. With prominent changes in the market, Stafford needs to work to show these younger generations the relevance and need for tangible printed items. One attribute that has helped them during this time is adding variety to their printing portfolio. Since they are one of the few businesses still in the market that is looking to expand their printing capabilities, they use that to their advantage. Printing and Publication sees the value in their work and is working to make changes to enhance the printing industry. Given their difficulty to market their products, the company needs to work hard to collaborate and be efficient. Although the company has progressed into a more open concept, Julie is working to change the culture and vision of her business to make her employees and customers understand the true value in the industry.
Before changing management, Stafford ran as a more closed system. Each employee was assigned a certain job, whether it be in publications or in printing, and it was obligated to stick to the job title every day. There was minimal freedom to collaborate outside of their group. They had physical walls separating each division of the company. After Julie Stafford joined the business, she strived to change the way the company worked. Julie worked to transition the company from a Theory X management to a Theory Y. Douglas McGregor, a management theorist, adopted these two ways to explain the attitudes employees portray at their job. Our textbook explains how Theory X shows a work environment in which workers dislike the work that they are in and have very low motivation to go to work every day and accomplish their goals. In contrast, Theory Y shows a work environment where workers feel a need to work and are motivated to accomplish their goals in a creative and collaborative way.
Their goal is to create an open environment where every employee feels as if they're getting more out of the job than just a paycheck. They're striving to make everyone feel open to collaborate with different functions of the company. She even took down the wall separating each department to create an open concept where everyone was encouraged to collaborate. Although Julie was able to see positive changes in the company's culture, she still sees areas to improve and looking to improve her vision and the culture within the next 2 years.
Julie explained to us a lot about how she would like to change the overall vision and culture within her company. She knows her employees have been voicing their concerns to each other, and she wants to make sure they have the chance to speak up and make improvements to the operation of the business. In addition, she believes her persona in the company is too powerful, and she wants to make sure employees know they can come to her for anything they need. Obviously, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take a lot of time and effort to achieve. Julie is focused on creating more of a team culture within the company, and in order to do that, she needs to make sure everyone is on the same page and is comfortable with their working environment.
Her overall idea is to involve her workers in the process of adding value to the company. Before, the job was to create a product for the customer in the role that was assigned the day they started working for the company. Now, she wants to make sure that the employees involve themselves in many aspects of the business. With this, she plans on offering training for different areas of the company to get everyone involved. She wants to make sure that everyone within Stafford knows their importance and how they fit into the puzzle that makes up their business.
With the small changes that Stafford has implemented, management has seen both positive and negative impacts. Since there are employees who have been there for years, making changes have been difficult because things have always been done a certain way. For example, many workers will come into work for one purpose, to work and then go home at a respectable time. With the implementation of group discussion, the team building session, veteran employees find this change to be non-purposeful.
However, with some of the changes that have already been made, management has seen improvement. Employees who want to voice their opinion are now able to do so, making everyone feel more included in their open environment. With management now being more involved, they get to see what goes on day to day on the floor. This lets employees know that their management cares about them. They also have started to work as a team with their vision shift. So with the vision shift, Julie has high hopes that it will change the organization for the better.
With the big plans she wants to make to her business, Julie is working hard to plan for the future and make sure her new vision and culture can be fully initiated in the next few years. Let's look into the ideas that she has to make sure that her plans are executed efficiently and effectively.
To effectively execute her future plans to change the corporate culture and vision of her company, Julie is involving everyone in her plans to bring fresh and new ideas to the workplace. This idea is known as job enrichment.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics explains that job enrichment challenges and motivates workers and encourages them to participate in improving productivity, safety, and quality of their products. At Stafford, Julie's mission for the next few years is to lead multiple team discussions, to get feedback from her workers, and to see exactly what kinds of concepts they would want to see in their company. In addition, she has reached out to companies she admires around the West Michigan area to see if they are willing to share their company's dynamics and ideas to inspire her workers. She plans on investigating more companies that are willing to share their visions and goals with her.
One of the more prominent things that Julie is going to focus her efforts on in the next 2 years is involving herself at the higher levels of management into the work that their employees do. She found that the best way to please her workers and to build a more collaborative environment is to see the type of things they do each day. By showing them that she is willing to learn, respect will grow, creating overall better relationships amongst their workers and their managers. She wants her employees to think of her not just as a superior, but also as someone who is interested and devoted to her workers.
This idea can be compared with the Hawthorne effect. The Hawthorne effect explains that when an employee is being observed by their superior, their behavior and performance will change positively. When making the effort to go to both the printing plant and the publication office more often, the employees will see her observing them, making them more willing to put in the extra work. It will help her get to know her employees better and increase the productivity of her business as well.
Overall, the plans that Julie has will bring a positive light to the functioning of her business. She will not only be able to increase the productivity of her employees, but with a strong corporate vision and culture, she will show her workers the importance of their work and the business. When we asked her what 3 things she would want if she could wave a magic wand and make them happen, all she focused on was bringing light to the printing business, be fully staffed with positive workers, and be on the other side or with the employees during the culture shift. She will hopefully be able to work towards these goals. In addition to her ideas, here are some suggestions and recommendations we have for her to make her business plans run smoothly and effectively.
Although the company continues to operate in an extremely effective manner, it doesn't mean that there aren't areas that Stafford couldn't continue improving upon their business and company's culture to the next level. For instance, inclusion and cohesiveness is a topic that Julie would love to see the company improve upon. To do this, a great suggestion would be to incorporate more company-wide business sessions and retreats that actively make everyone in the company want to collaborate in a fun and meaningful manner. This idea will hopefully bring positive takeaways that will have a direct carryover into the business culture in itself on a daily basis.
To help with her team building ventures, Laker Inc. recommends Julie to check out Adventure Associates for Team Building Days in Michigan. These days will work to bring her workers closer and build trust and respect both inside and outside of work. In addition, we advise for her to do these days with both the printing and publication sides of the business. This will bring her 2 sectors of the business closer and hopefully bring the company to be more of a collaborative environment.
With the plans Julie has for Stafford Media, Linker Inc. sees a bright future for her changes in the vision and culture of the business. By making the effort to show her appreciation for her workers and progressing towards a collaborative and creative environment, her employees will hopefully be able to see the value of the company and realize her reasons for working there. We can't wait to see what bright future and Stafford has in store for them in the next few years.